Hello. It's been pretty wet recently and there is more wet weather to come as we go through this weekend. However, for the time being through today, it's looking largely dry and still mild. The warmest air that we had across the UK on Thursday, leading to temperatures exceeding 18 Celsius in a few places, that's cleared away, but the air across us is still pretty mild, so temperatures remaining well above average for the time of year. As well as this, we do have a brief ridge of high pressure across us through Friday. That's why it is going to be a drier day than we've seen recently. But a band of rain is going to sweep its way in from the west as we go through Saturday into Sunday. That then clears away and so likely to turn drier through the latter part of the weekend, but more unsettled weather to come as we go through next week. As well as this though, we do stick with the generally mild picture. The air remains pretty mild across the UK, so temperatures remaining above average. Back to the here and now, and as we go through the rest of today, like I said, a drier day than we've seen recently, albeit there will still be some showers around across many parts of England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. A few showers are quite likely, though perhaps across southern counties staying dry here and the greatest chance of seeing some decent sunny spells. And like I said, it is mild. Temperatures still well above average for the time of year. Not as warm as yesterday, but nonetheless, we're likely to see temperatures reaching highs of around 15 or 16 Celsius, somewhere towards the south, where we get the best of that sunshine. As we go through this evening and overnight, it is going to stay dry for many areas, perhaps increasing amounts of cloud pushing in from the west, so the greatest chance of some clearer skies will be towards more eastern parts. And this thicker cloud in the west likely to bring some outbreaks of drizzly rain, particularly to parts of Wales, southwest England, and then later into western Scotland and northwest England as well. Like I said, the clearer skies likely to be towards eastern parts, and here it may turn a little bit fresher than it has been over some recent nights, but for many it is going to be a relatively mild start on Saturday morning. Most places holding up in high single figures, or even some places clinging on to those double digits. As we go through Saturday then, like I said, some clear skies in the east, so some sunshine perhaps first thing, and also across parts of Scotland some sunshine initially, but increasing amounts of cloud as we go through the day. Many places turning pretty cloudy, and that cloud will still be thick enough for a few spots of drizzly rain, mainly towards the north and the west, but perhaps a few across those southern counties. However, it's this swathe of wet weather that I highlighted before that is going to cause the greater impacts, pushing in from the west, initially across Northern Ireland, but feeding into western parts of Scotland, England and Wales as we go through the afternoon, and it is going to be pretty heavy at times, so could cause some impacts. Still mild though, especially ahead of that rain, so we're likely to see temperatures staying above average for the time of year. Again, quite a few places likely to get into the mid-teens Celsius. Through Saturday evening, this wet weather then continues its progress eastwards across the country. So whilst in the southeast it may be largely dry during the daytime, I am expecting it here to turn pretty wet as we go through the evening and overnight. Some of this rain, like I said, will be heavy, so we are expecting some impacts in the shape of some localised flooding, disruption to travel and perhaps some power outages in a few places as well. As we go through into Sunday, that rain should clear away, but there is some uncertainty as to how quickly it will do so. So potentially it could stay pretty wet across particularly southern eastern parts as we go through Sunday. But for most it is going to turn increasingly dry, and whilst there will be a few showery outbreaks of rain around, mostly fine, albeit often quite cloudy, perhaps a greater chance of seeing some brighter spells as we go into the afternoon. Still mild though, temperatures remaining above average for the time of year, highs around 15 or 16 Celsius. Like I said, we stick with that milder theme as we go through into next week, but there is quite likely to be some pretty unsettled weather as we go through the middle part. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.